Hello, precious metal investors, and welcome to Minted Wealth. In today's guide, we'll be going over common mistakes both new and experienced precious metal investors make when buying bullion in Canada, as well as, of course, how to avoid those mistakes. So before we begin, for those of you new to Minted Wealth is a precious metal educational platform that's founded by career-based bullion traders. I am the trading manager at one of the largest bullion dealers in North America, generating over $1 billion in annual revenue. On a month-to-month basis, I am buying and selling tens of millions of dollars worth of physical precious metals, and I know this industry like the back of my hand. So what are our goals? So our goals are to provide continuous education to both new and experienced precious metal investors. Our goal is also to become a trusted source for knowledgeable and actionable advice for investors, and of course to keep precious metal investors informed on important news, changes, and significant events that occur in our industry. So in today's video, we will be going over these 5 mistakes, which is purchasing non-pure product, investing in numismatics instead of bullion, ignoring product premiums, disqualifying assorted product as an investment option, and then of course lastly, a general lack of precious metal market knowledge. So our first mistake is purchasing non-pure product. So with the wide variety of mints, product types, sizes, and purities, it can be difficult for investors to really know what's best for them. So for precious metal investors in Canada, all sales taxes are waived for gold, silver, and platinum bullion that have over 3 nines purity or are over 99.9% pure. Please keep in mind that all palladium products are taxable. It's not considered to really be a investment grade precious metal, so anyone buying palladium in Canada will get charged taxes, which is also why palladium isn't really much of a focus in our channel. So where can you find the product purity? So the purity of a product can be quickly found online at a dealer's website by just going into the product specifications. That's the easiest way to find it because the dealer is always correct. Or you could do a quick Google search. If you are having a difficult time determining if the product will be taxable, a super easy trick is to just add the product to your cart, go to checkout, and see if they charge you any sales taxes. And of course, this is fairly obvious, but any bullion products that are less than 3 nines pure will be charged sales taxes at checkout. Our next mistake is investing in numismatics instead of bullion. Now, numismatics are not a bad product to invest in. It isn't the best for many precious metal investors. It requires a whole lot of knowledge on the numismatic world, and very few people actually have that knowledge. So many new investors, they want to buy gold or silver, and it's important that you get the best value for your money. But a mistake they make is they buy numismatic coins or bars, and they end up paying a high premium above spot. So numismatics differ from bullion in that their value is based off their metal content, their metal type, but also on their rarity, grading, and the amount of coins they have in circulation. Many numismatics, they come in these little plastic type of Serta cards or these plastic little capsules with some sort of grading. If you are buying that, just know you're not really investing in pure bullion, you're investing in numismatics. And really only experienced investors or those that have done plenty of research should be buying numismatics. Again, it can be very difficult to really know if you're buying numismatics, so we highly recommend calling the bullion dealer and really asking if this product is the best option for them. Next is ignoring the premium paid above spot price. So to get the best value for your money, you want to ensure that you're buying products at low premiums above spot price. And what the product premium simply means is the price you are paying above spot. So if gold spot price is $2,500 and the gold maple leaf that you want to buy is $2,750, so $2,750, your premium that you're paying is $150. Now, in the Canadian bullion market, that can be high or that can be low, just depending on market conditions. But it's important to do some price comparisons with other dealers and just see if that premium that you're paying is within line of everyone else. So of course, the lower the premium you pay above spot, the less spot price needs to go up before you break even. So this is a super important concept to understand. If gold spot price is $2,500 and the gold maple leaf that you're buying is $27.50. So you're paying $150 above spot price to buy that gold maple. In order for you just to break even on your investment, gold needs to go up $1,500 to $27.50. So that is why paying a low premium above spot is your best method. So the best methods to figure out the premium you're paying above spot is, of course, learn how to calculate bullion premiums. We do have an entire guide dedicated to this, and it isn't as hard as it may seem. Of course, you can call the bullion dealer and simply ask what their premium above spot is that they're charging, and if they can recommend the lowest premium products. And there are some dealers that actually do display their product premiums online. Next, now this is, I think, the biggest mistake I see precious metal investors make, and that's disqualifying random year or assorted product. So, let's look at new and used cars, right? You can buy a new car, let's say it's a new Honda Civic for $35,000, or you could buy a 3-year-old used Honda Civic for, let's say, $25,000. Now, many people, at least that I know, prefer to buy a new car and not purchase a used car simply because they don't think it was kept in good condition or whatever reason. That does not apply to precious metals. So random year and assorted product is simply previously circulated bullion that has been sold back to a precious metal dealer. So as an example, if a precious metal investor bought their silver maple leaf in 2018 and then they sell it back to the dealer in 2023, the silver maple leaf would go into their dealer's random year pile, or previously circulated pile, or used pile, however you want to name it. Now, dealers will always purchase back products from a client near spot price, which means their cost on that product is significantly less than the cost of a brand new 2023 maple. So generally, if they can buy inventory at spot price or a much lower rate than directly from a wholesaler, they will pass those savings on to the customer as well, which is why when we go online after this presentation, we'll be able to see that random year products are much cheaper than 2023. And as a precious metal investor looking to buy product at the lowest possible premium, I highly recommend that you look at random year and assorted product, because generally, even though it's used bullion, they often come in they often arrive to you in really good condition. Generally, any product that a dealer buys back that is in terrible condition will simply just get melted and sent to a refiner. So most importantly, and very few investors know this, the condition of your gold, silver, platinum bullion does not affect the resale value later on when you decide to sell. So let's say you buy today and 5 years later, you want to sell your precious metals and you contact the bullion dealer. There's really only 2 questions they ask you, and it's simply, what do you have and how many ounces do you have? They don't ask about the condition. They don't ask if you've cleaned it once a month. All they care about is the metal content and the quantity that you have. So again, if they don't care about the condition and you can get a cheaper price buying random year or assorted, why wouldn't you? And just save that premium. And most of the time, the difference between a 2023 product or a current year versus random year or assorted is huge. So you're saving a lot of money and you're saving a lot of premium. And of course, finally, just a general lack of knowledge about the gold and silver market. So before buying precious metals, we highly recommend, and I personally highly recommend, that you spend a few days doing research on both the physical gold and silver market, as well as just gold, silver, and platinum in general. Many investors many new investors buy precious metals, when it's in the news or everyone's talking about gold and silver, and they don't really realize that gold and silver are very slow moving investments, right? Over the last 20 years, gold has really only gone up $1,500 to $1,800 an ounce, which is still a very good return. But, day to day, gold and silver may only move, between 0.5% to 2%, and a 2% upper and a 2% gain or loss on the day in precious metals is a very big move. So gold and silver are relatively stable in price. So for those investors looking to buy precious metals for a quick, double or triple or quadruple your investment, it just isn't going to work. It really isn't going to work. So in addition to that, it's important that you understand the different types of precious metals, so gold, silver, platinum, and palladium. Learn a little bit about market fundamentals, learn what drives gold and silver prices day to day, which is of course the US dollar, geopolitical events that occur throughout the world, the Canadian dollar, and a whole lot of other factors that can affect the price. Definitely do some research on storage options and costs. So of course, if you're buying physical precious metals, make sure you either have a place at home or some sort of storage method that you're going to be using. And of course, understand that investing in precious metals has risks as well. Now, I think it is almost impossible for gold and silver to go to zero, but it doesn't mean you can't lose money on the investment. So make sure you know what you're investing in. And that is everything on this presentation. Now, let's go on a dealer's website and let's try to go through some of these mistakes and how to correct them. For this video, let's use Silver Global. Now, I am the trading manager at Silver Global. So again, I'm extremely familiar with this company and how they run their operations. Now, let's look at, again, the biggest mistake, from my opinion, that precious metal investors make is they disqualify random year and assorted product. So let me just sign out of my account real quick. Now let's go to silver 10-ounce bars and let's really look at the difference. So right now we have our 10-ounce pure assorted silver bar, and then we have a brand new bar. Let's say the 10-ounce SilverTowne Buffalo. So if I want to buy the 10-ounce assorted silver bar, I would be paying $37.82 an ounce, or $378 a bar. Or if I want to buy a brand new bar, and I just want to buy one of them, it's going to be $390.75. Again, let's remember that assorted and random year product is generally product that's been sold back to a dealer, so they get it at a much lower cost, which means they can pass that savings onto the customer, which is exactly what they're doing here, right? They're giving you about a $12 discount between the assorted version and the new version of a 10-ounce silver bar. And again, if the condition of your bullion doesn't matter or has no effect on its future resale value, really, why would you pay extra money for a brand new bar? Now, there are a few reasons. Again, some bars are, let's pull up some other bars. Some bars are super nice looking, and if you're looking for a nice looking bar that you can pull out every once in a while and just gaze at, there are some super nice bars, such as the 10-ounce Germania cast bar. This is one of my favorites. There's the 10-ounce St. Helena silver bars. And finally, there's also the 10-ounce Britannia silver bars as well. And you'll notice, the better the bar looks or the higher the quality is, the price goes up as well, right? So we have our assorted at $378. We have our Buffalo at $390. Our Germania at $401. Our St. Helena at $401. And our Britannia at $405. So if you really want a nice looking bar, you are gonna have to pay the higher premium. But if you're looking strictly for investment value, then my recommendation is to just buy the cheapest product. And really in this case, it's a 10-ounce assorted silver bar. Now let's look at the second most common mistake I see precious metal investors make. And this is more for new investors. And that's that they purchase non-pure silver, gold, or platinum, and they get charged sales taxes at checkout. Now, let's pull up the 80% silver coins. There's very few products a dealer sells that is not pure, because nobody wants to buy a product and pay sales taxes. I mean, if you don't have to pay sales taxes, why would you? So very few dealers actually carry products that aren't 3.9s or 4.9s pure, but 80% junk or circulation silver coins are not pure. So in this case, let's scroll down, let's click on the specifications, and when we go to the purity, we see that right here at 80%. So if we were to add this to our cart and then go to checkout, we would be charged sales taxes. So unless if you really want this product, or if the dealer is just blowing it out at a super low premium and you don't mind paying the sales taxes, then that's fine. But generally, I would just look at buying a completely different product. Because again, if you don't have to pay sales taxes, why would you pay sales taxes? Especially on your hard-earned after-tax money. It just makes no sense. So before we wrap up this video, let's take a look at one other mistake, and that's when precious metal investors buy numismatics instead of bullion. So again, on Silver Global's website, it's super easy to really see if it's a numismatic or a bullion product. How you can tell if it's a bullion product is you could go to the certified silver section, and anytime, remember when I said if you see a coin or a bar in one of these little plastic cards, these Certa cards, these little coin holders, it's almost an immediate hint that what you're buying is a numismatic and not a bullion or pure investment product. So Morgan silver dollars, Peace silver dollars, these are all numismatic coins. Let's open up the Peace silver dollar. If the spot price of silver is $32 right now, and this coin is selling at $133, it better have a lot of silver in it. But when we go into the product specifications, we can see that it doesn't even have a full ounce of silver. It has less than 1 ounce of silver. So if spot price of silver is $32, let's take $32 and let's multiply it by its weight. So it only has about $25 worth of silver in it, but it's selling for $133. So that is very quickly, we can see that this is a numismatic product. And of course, if you were to simply Google this product, it would also tell you it's a numismatic. Because if we look at, like a silver round, which they all have 1 ounces of silver, we can see that they're selling for $38, $40, $42, $42, right? So if that's about the sales price for an ounce of silver, why would you be paying $133? It makes no sense. So that concludes today's video. If you found this enjoyable, if you learned something, if anything was interesting, make sure to leave a like, a comment, or at least subscribe. Again, we have a whole lot of other guides. If you're a new investor or a intermediate or experienced investor, it wouldn't hurt to check them out and just really learn a little bit more. Again, thank you so much for your time. Have a great day.